Okay, we're going to be starting off with Qigong each morning. We're going to be doing practice as well as learning some new stuff. I'm going to give you a Qigong to start with. It comes from the fourth dim mat cornerstone form. In that form there's a Qigong to begin with and there's a Qigong to end it. However, if you put them both together, you get an excellent Qigong that does everything for you. It gathers, it stores, and it locks the Qi in the Dantian. So we'll start off doing that this morning. Feet in the normal position. Make sure your back is straight, but not like this. Or like this, and your knees are down in line with your toes. The tongue is resting on the hard palate. It will drop to the lower palate upon each exhalation. Expire. Remember, I did a Qigong camp a little while ago and we covered some very important areas. One of the most important areas is an activation point here, GB26. And that point is a mediator between what's physical and what's not. This point here activates the Dantian. So if you're doing your Qigong and you're thinking on your Dantian, nothing will happen. Because there's nothing in there, it's just gut. This point here will activate the Qigong, the Dantian. And the way to activate it is to hear your breath as you breathe in. What do you hear when you breathe in? You hear your breath, don't you, when you breathe in through your nose. And where's it going? It's going right over that point. The GB26 point is going right over that point. So if you listen to the air coming in, that's why we're told to concentrate on the breathing. Not to get more air into the packet, it's to activate this point here. Maybe this afternoon we'll move down there.
That's just a wish shot.
Is it? I'm glad I'm not out there in it. Okay, so we're concentrating on this point here as you breathe. As you breathe in, you listen to the air going over that into your nose, and so it will activate that point. That will also help with the pain of simply standing in a long Qigong stance. It tends to dissipate the pain if you listen to this point, if you hear the air going over this point. And that point is connected directly to the Dantian. So you've got your knees bent. You're going to breathe in as you take your hands out to the sides, very gently rotating your hands. And as you exhale, you drop your tongue to your lower palate and breathe out of your nose again. When you rotate your hands out, we won't do it, I'll just show you how to do it in the beginning. You can do it with me if you like. When you rotate your hands, you must not feel your hands moving. It mustn't go like this. It must be in a state of sung. So when you take your hands out, see how they're very, very soft. It's like you're doing your Tai Chi. You mustn't feel your hands moving, and when they come over they turn again a little bit, but you mustn't feel your hands. It must be so perfectly rounded. Okay, these circles, we're going to do this to start with 7 times. And as you continue through this 7 times, these circles will get smaller and smaller, so that when you get to the 7th one, you can hardly see the circle happening. You're concentrating the energy through this point down into the dantian by your physical actions. Every physical action causes something to happen with your energy or your qi. And so we're getting the movement down smaller and smaller and smaller with the physical, and so that reverts back and works upon your internal. So the energy becomes very concentrated. It's like in Tai Chi and anything we do. We've got a big move here, and then we've got very small concentrated movement at the end. Single whip, we've got a big movement, and then we concentrate it down into a very small move, a wave at the end. And that happens through everything we do. Bagua, Tai Chi, Dim Mak, it's all to do with the same thing. Even when we're fighting, we've got a relatively big move here, and it concentrates down to nothing when you finish off. Okay, let's do 7 times. And then I'll tell you the second part. There is a second part that I'll tell you, but they should be done straight after each other. So we're just learning it now, so it's okay for us to stop, and then I'll show you how to do the second part. So, things like this. You can close your eyes a little, as long as there's some light coming through into your eyes. And you should be looking so that about 20-25 feet before you, at an angle down slightly. Don't look like this, you're looking slightly down. Your head is like this, but your eyes are looking slightly down forward. Breathe in. See how I'm moving my weight to my right foot slightly. The weight's going slightly onto the right foot. It's coming over onto the left ball of the foot, and it's coming back to a standing position again as you exhale. So there's a lot to think about. You've got to think about your breath going in, listening to it. You've got to think about what your tongue's doing. You've got to think about the song in your hands. You've also got to think, this is exactly like when we start our Tai Chi. There's a little circular movement from the heel to the ball, to the ball, to the heel. So we're going like this with each of these movements. This doesn't happen, well, it sort of happens in the Dim Mak form, but we start the Dim Mak form like this, and we're going like this, you see? So it sort of happens. Here it's more prevalent because you can really see the circle. Okay, from here, in breath, move your weight slightly to your right foot. Comes over to the ball of the right foot, over to the ball of the left foot, and then down onto the left heel as you put your tongue down and exhale. And we continue 7 times, and the circles will start to get smaller.